Good morning / evening, depending on when you're watching this, everyone. We are back for another homework video. I know it's been a little bit. We're trying to find a routine here. We'll get there eventually. So today I am Sammy from Sammy J Stitches. We have Rita Marie from Rita Marie Stitching Adventure on YouTube, and Lisa from Shady Tree Stitchers on YouTube, or Paddock Lane Designs on Facebook. Today we're going to be going over 4 groups. I know we normally have a lot more than that, but we're kind of having to whittle our time down a little bit. We have Magical Stitches, Crystal Academy, Daily 30, and Enchanted Stitching. So I'm going to start first with Magical Stitches. Okay, I got it. Okay, so of course Vicky tells this whole long story that I'm not going to read, and then she comes up with 4 tasks. The first task is Maleficent's journal mentioned the strange quote about nourishment. Stitch 300 stitches on something that nourishes your soul. It's 300 for 3 points, or penalty is 450 stitches. Rita, what do you have that nourishes your soul?
I'm gonna go with, I'm just gonna find it on my phone. My epic Pokemon.
I knew it. I called it.
Yep.
Particular reason why it nourishes your soul right now?
Because this reason, it's almost done.
You're so close.
So close.
That's very soul nourishing to get that close.
Yes. How about you, Lisa?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a new start, which is Lavender Farm from Cuore e Baticore. And I really like the flower lavender. And so this one's going to nourish my soul by making me happy as I stitch lots of my favorite color, purple.
Okay. I am going to stitch on Good Intentions because cross-stitching nourishes my soul. Especially after a really bad week. That's where we turn. So, all right, that is task 1. Task 2. The weird code eat 1 an angry dog. We figured it out. 816 is the code. 300 stitches on a project that has one of the 3 numbers on your project. 300 or 450 for penalty.
Let me see. This one was difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have alphabets on everything, but not always numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah. This one, the one with the alchemic bookmark, the mouse, it has numbers on it, so you have 8 right there.
Oh, cool.
And now to figure out how I stack.
Oh, shit.
Stop share.
Well, I had exactly that problem, Sammy, and I just finished one last month that had numbers on it. So it's going to be another new start, which is the Victoria Samplers Heirloom Stitching Sampler, because in the alphabet part there are numbers.
Also numbers. Very nice.
Yep.
All right. And mine will be my mini Alice in a Dolly dream because there is a 6 right there on the clock. And I'm sure it has an 8 and a 1. They just don't show like the 6 does.
And these are not really creative, flexible prompts this week, or some of them.
Yeah.
You need to see the 6.
Right.
1 or what? Yeah, 8.
Or, yeah, the numbers. So, okay. The Kingdom Keepers had to fight doughboys, bred that came to life to do battle. Stitch 100 stitches on a project that has bread in it, penalty of 150. This one is very specific because we talked to the headmistress, and we're not talking anything made of dough. We are just talking bread. So no cookies, no cupcakes, nothing like that. It has to be like a loaf of bread or a bread roll or something to that effect.
No gingerbread, even
Correct.
though it has the word in it, because that's a cookie. Does that leave you anything, Rita?
It's actually really, really hard. I don't know if I have anything.
And so if you were to do penalty, I'm assuming Pokemon again?
Yes, then I would do Pokemon.
While you're looking, I'll jump in because I found mine. Took a lot of discussion. Old Time Wagons by Charles Wasocki from Dimensions has a bread truck, and each little person is holding something from the relevant truck. So this girl here has bread rolls in her little basket. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
It was hard.
I don't have any bread.
Okay, so Pokemon for Rita. All right, I am going to use Fairy Tale Lands because if you notice right here, we've got some bread with jam on it.
Awesome.
I got really
I actually have that one in my stash, so I could start it.
Well, start all the stuff September. You could.
All right, and the last task for this week, the story ends with a cliffhanger where Willa and Finn jump off the ship into the darkness of the ocean. Stitch 300 stitches in a color that you relate to the darkness.
I misread that. I presumed it said on a piece that is dark, not a color.
Yeah.
That you relate to darkness. Okay. I would do Jack and Sally because it has a lot of black, and black I consider darkness. So
Yeah. I'm not sure you get much darker than black considering it's the absence of all light. So black is all that.
Well, I don't have it ready at the moment, but I guess I'll be finding a black, navy blue, dark brown, dark bottle green, some dark colour, just dark grey. I'm sure I can find one. I just haven't thought about it. I had a beautiful piece, but it doesn't actually have a lot of dark. Oh, does it? I think I'd be pushing it, so no.
Okay. Mine is, and there will be more reasons for this soon, but I'm going with Key to My Heart. It's charted here in a like dark gray color, but I'm actually doing it in a floss that's very close to 3371, which is a very dark brown. So that's how that one's going to fit.
Awesome.
So that is it. Magical Stitches this week. Short and sweet. So now we are going to move on to the new challenge group called Crystal Academy. And it seems like they really appreciated that we talked about them a couple weeks ago and kind of explained their tribunal. And so I'm hoping that again this week we can be helpful to those because it's such a new group. But just remember, this is our interpretation. There's still a chance that they may not be super lenient or super strict when it comes to what they will consider fitting the prompt. So again, this is our interpretation, but we are all three in the group. I am Kara, which apparently is like an evil bird. Rita Marie. I'm
Wendigo, which is like if you have seen Supernatural, one of the first episodes, you know what a Wendigo is.
And Lisa?
I'm a Rougarou, which is like a werewolf. Mm-hmm. And it's really good because us three not being together makes sense because they spread us all out evenly. So it's really, really well done.
Right. And I have to say too, on top of that, it's been really nice to get to know new people, and the people in my group are amazing. I've really enjoyed getting to know them and working with them. So, and with this group, there's a lot of having to communicate and work together because you are only allowed so many tasks per spell and so many assignments per task, and it's very technical. So I'm going to go ahead and let Rita Marie read the prompts out to us, and then we'll go into that in a little more detail.
So we're not doing the frog pop-up challenge?
No. That one is like 6 hours,
So this week we start a new class, which is practical enchantments. The first spell we are to learn is Capti Foen. And on that one, task A, stitch on something with a rope.
Okay.
So I feel like my lavender has got lavender hanging by ropes from the top. You guys agree with that?
Yes.
So
yeah,
I get to double dip. You know, I love double dipping.
Okay. I have a really bad picture, but I think you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And that's Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart, because these sails are held up with rope. So anything with a ship on it is going to have ropes because that's how sails are held up.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do the same thing as Sammy, because when I'm done with Epic Pokemon, I need to focus on some of my other full coverage projects, and that is one of them. So, and each assignment you do is 300 stitches.
Yes.
And you can do the same assignment multiple times, but if you use the same project, you need to find a new reasoning to be able to use that that project again for the same prompt or task.
Right.
So prompt B, a whip with park threads that could be tangled.
Okay, well, again, start all that stuff September, and I'm going to be starting the full coverage Macintosh Mill, and I've been talking with these guys about doing parking, so I'm actually going to try diagonal parking with this one, which is very different from my normal cross country. So I will have 300 stitches of parked threads.
Okay. As you know, like I picked Alice for the 816. I can also use Alice for this because all those parked threads. If that's not tangled, I don't know what is.
Yeah. And with me, I have my epic Pokemon.
Yep.
And for me, this is a really easy prompt because I park on everything. Non-full coverage, full coverage, I do parking. So for me, it's just pick the project I want and stitch on it, basically.
Right.
Awesome. And I think it's good that they're doing prompts that cater for different styles and different things. And as I said, like for me, it's like, okay, well, I've been really thinking about doing this parking. I'm going to give it another shot. So now it's just making me do it this week.
Right.
And I'm guessing with the ones that have like a whip with park threads, I'm guessing that if you're going to do that prompt more than once, you have to switch projects to do it more than once, because or else it's the same reasoning and they want it to be challenging.
Right.
So for prompt C, this one is exciting. 1,200 stitches in a crochet or knit project.
Okay. And then we get back to they're catering to everyone.
And in the prompts, each set of 3, you can only do a maximum of 8 in any one, and you've got to get to 20. So basically you can do 8, 8, and 4. So in some groups, I imagine this crochet one might be the one that's the 4. And 4 people need to do it. So I'm digging out, I've been meaning to do some crochet to make a new tea towel. on my kitchen sink for a while. So I guess this week's the week I'm going to actually pull my finger out and do it.
I do know how to crochet, and I offered if, you know, we don't have enough people to crochet, I will pull crochet out and do it, but I'm kind of hoping my team handles that more so than me.
Yeah, I have crocheted and knit in the past, quite a lot actually. So I might try to pull out and see what I haven't done and maybe just finish some of it out. Or I have some yarn and I will just make some tea towels or something just to get the prompt done.
Right.
Apparently a little crocheted washcloth is a really good thing to take to the shower.
Yeah. The next spell we are going to learn is Discipula. I have no clue if that is pronounced correctly. I hope it is. Again, 300 stitches for each assignment you do or each prompt. A, an object that can be closed.
Okay, well, I'm going with a really surprising one for me. This is Silkwood Manor, and there is a door that can be closed on it, or the whole house can be closed.
I'm not sure about this one. I guess I could use good intentions because the lady could close her eyes or close her mouth or, you know, that sort of thing. There is a question thread. Somebody has asked that question. We have not gotten confirmation on whether closing your eyes counts. Just to be completely transparent, we're not sure about that one yet. Otherwise, I mean, I would think a house where you could close a door or anything like that. I'm just not sure which one I would pick. So I'm going to say good intentions because then I can double dip it, but we'll have to see. So.
Yeah. If closing eyes gets approved, I'm guessing closing mouth also gets approved. And on Epic Pokemon, I have some Pokemons with open eyes and open mouth, so those two could work. But if not, I have this project, which is model stitching for Lisa. And I have a car, there is a door on this shed, all of that can be closed.
Yeah, all the presents under the Christmas tree. You can
They
close the
are all,
box,
yeah.
but you can close the box when you put presents in them.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking like if you had a jam jar as well, you know, some people have those jar ones. You can close the jar by putting a lid on it. So,
Well, and in
couple
that,
of options.
my fairy tale lands too, because I was doing the bread, it's right next to a jam jar.
Yeah.
There you go. Double dip that one.
Prompt B, work on a whip that starts with one of these letters and in password. So PASWOR or D is the letters you have to use.
All right, my brain went straight to P. I have Jeanette Douglas, pins and needles. As I said, my goal is to start all the stuff in September, so it's another new start.
Okay, let's see. Off the top of my head, I do have Anzac, and that starts with A.
Alice.
Alice. Well, it's mini Alice, so I don't know that that one's. Let me see. I don't have a W. I have O them all, or I have my owl birth sampler. That's where I'm going to go with that because I want to have to work on it.
That's good.
Well, then
You also have the one. You also have this one I'm going to do. Once Upon a Fairy Tale.
That's true. But I was using that one for the rope, and sometimes trying to fit 2 prompts in on a HAID is a little difficult. I should say that these last for 2 weeks, but we do get another one every week, which we just found out this week. So there's that. So this is our burst sampler. So I can work on it again because I love it. Okay, next.
Next is prompt C. Has a key or keyhole?
Okay. Well, this one I wasn't planning on starting soon, but I have a Thomas Kincaid, sorry about the reflection, I can't unwrap this one yet, Beyond Spring Gate. And if you have a look there, there's actually a keyhole in the door. It's got one of those big, like long keyhole things, big wrought iron thing. So yeah, so I found that in the picture and went, bonus. So I'm going to be doing a lot of French knots.
I am going to use Key to My Heart, which is where I was saying earlier that I knew this one would double dip, because obviously. So.
And I can do my giant Harry Potter sampler because you had the flying keys.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of keys on that. That's a good one.
Yeah, I might have something else with key or keyhole, but that was the first one that popped to mind that, oh, that one has key.
Yeah. Okay, and now with Crystal Academy, right?
That's Crystal Academy, yes.
Okay, so
Crystal Academy is still open to people joining.
Yes, you cannot do dorm because they are only doing that once every 3 months, but you can be what they call a commuter and learn the spells and also possibly get recruited as a tutor. If somebody can't fit a prompt, you get to help them out with the prompt.
Also, when we got the pop-up challenge where we were supposed to catch frogs, it's still going, so we can catch frogs. The commuters can also catch frogs, and at the end they can decide that, okay, I want to give 5 of my frogs to the Rougarou, so they can participate in different challenges that are popping up.
Okay, I was out of pocket this weekend, so I had no clue about the frog thing.
Right. You still have some hours left. It's
I'm working on it now, but I didn't read all the specifics of it. So, okay. Next up, we have Cross Stitching in Daily 30, which is a closed group. We cannot help you get in. We cannot. All we can do is let you know if she opens up to new members, but that is not currently the case. The reason we discuss this group on here, or you all have to hear about it, is because it's trying to show how we double dip projects across the different challenge groups. Also how we sometimes think of outside the box when it comes to trying to fit a challenge. So what do we got this week, Lisa?
Okay, this week we are going to fall into fall because on your side of the world, it's heading into what I would call autumn.
Tomorrow.
And so this week's big difference is there's no builder challenge. So Rita and I are crying. We can't do extra stitches this week. It's 100 or 200 stitches per prompt. So number 1, fall is caused by the Earth's tilt in relation to the sun. Stitch on a piece with something that is tilted in the design.
Okay, so I'm first. I had not even looked at these prompts yet.
That's what we like. We like it to be organic.
Yep, but it sometimes means that, yeah, no.
I can do mine if you want to think.
Okay. You want to think?
Go ahead.
So surprise, epic Pokemon, Hitmonlee right here. He has his foot up, which makes him tilt a little bit since he is lifting his foot up. So I use that one for that prompt.
Awesome. You want me to go, Sammy?
I got it.
Got it?
The word solemnly is tilted.
Yeah.
Very good. Nice. All right. Well, my one is I want to double dip in my lavender farm. And I was thinking that this staircase is tilted because it's not straight. Or if that's not accepted, these lavender flowers are all tilted in different directions. Number 2, leaf colours depend on the sun. And they're full of chlorophyll, which makes them green, and the green fades, and a whole discussion about the different colours. So you need to stitch on a piece that has a definite dominant colour. Doesn't say you have to use the colour, you just have to stitch on a piece that has a definite colour.
Sammy first. Sorry.
I think I'm going to stick with I solemnly swear because I can tell it's majorly red.
That'll be an easy one to whip through in 2 challenges.
Yeah.
Only 200 seconds.
My Sally and Jack. It has like a gray color and black, but the dominant color is absolutely black.
Well, that's true. So, we could use any of our sort of long dogs or things like that. But I'm going to work on another new start called Lantern Lane from Little House, because to me that dominant colour is the red of the house. Okay. Most people go from single to in a relationship or engaged in fall than any other season. Maybe because both men and women experience a higher level of testosterone in the colder months. Stitch on a piece with a pair of something in the design.
Okay. A pear?
Yeah.
The fruit.
The fruit?
No, not the fruit.
Well, you can have 2. No, not the fruit. It's got to have a pair of.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about, no, it's not supposed to be the fruit. I have done
That's why
that
I said
challenge.
not the fruit. You didn't hear the not.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Missed that. Okay. I was like, I don't have a pear. Let's see. Okay, so I'm already using Alice for 1 prompt in each of the other groups. So I could also use it for this one because we've got a pair of swans.
Yes, you do. That's good double dipping.
Triple dipping.
Alice also has a pair of eyes or pair of hands.
Yes.
So, and I used this one, and I used Ponita and Rapidash as a pair of flaming horses.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to do more on this one. So I actually went for the pair of topiary trees there.
Yeah.
Okay, between apple cider, apple pie, and every other apple dessert out there, apples are a big sell during the fall. So put stitches into a piece that has an apple in the design.
Got this one. I got it. Is it? Yes. My Fairy Tale Lands 2, because there's an apple right here next to Snow White. Because, poisoned apple and all.
I also have Fairy Tale Land 2, but I used this one, Once Upon a Time sampler, because in the Snow White block right here, there is 3 apples.
Well, I realised after I dug this out today that I could have used Macintosh Mill because it's all about making apple cider and there's apple trees and apple baskets. But I've already done this one at great dissatisfaction to myself. My village of Hawk Run Hollow, because down in this corner there's apple trees and apples for the horse. Okay, and the last prompt, other than the daily one, is research suggests that low levels of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, can lead to weight gain during autumn and winter. So you stitch on a whip that has something fat in the design.
Yeah, that's why we gain weight in the autumn and winter. It has nothing to do with Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the food and candy.
No.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I have to ask. Would you consider my little unicorn to be fat?
I would consider your unicorn to be fat. He's got a fat head anyway.
He does have a fat head. He's so cute. Okay, we're going to put the unicorn in.
Okay, I am going, or have done, epic Pokemon, because up here you have the
yes.
Pokemon Snorlax, and he is really big, and he's still sleeping, and he's still big, so I don't know about the sleeping thing.
Yeah, you had to go with Snorlax. I mean, there is not a Pokemon in existence.
Yep, he is
so
huge.
because Cheryl releases these on Friday and you can start Friday night my time, I've already done it too. So Lantern Lane, because that tree over this side is a lot fatter than the others.
Right.
Okay, on to you, Sammy.
All right, so that was it for Daily 30. Remember, it's a closed group. Sorry. All right, next we have Enchanted Stitches. We have not gotten to talk about them in quite a while, one, because we haven't been making homework videos, but also because we don't usually do them late enough to catch when they post. So for the month of September, they were doing the movie Inside Out. That's the one about all the emotions, right?
Yeah, it's the one where sadness goes off and joy runs after her to try and get her back. Yeah.
Right. All right. So they're in their last week of they may have partial week next week. I don't know, because this isn't technically the last week of September, but we're almost there. So on this one, there's 3 levels. Noble is 50 stitches per prompt, Knight is 100 stitches per prompt, and Royal is 250 stitches per prompt. They also, and we didn't mention this with Daily 30, Daily 30 and Enchanted Stitches both have a timed option if you do not like to count your stitches. So that's kind of nice too. Prompt number 1. In headquarters, anger, fear, and disgust give Riley the idea to run away back to Minnesota. She decides to book a bus ticket to go back. Stitch on something else that Riley could have used to run away.
I got it.
Well,
Rita?
yeah, it's my turn. I have Once Upon a Fairy Tale. She could use a boat to run away, or I think there's a horse in the design also. Yeah, hair. So there's a lot of stuff she could use to run away in this picture.
I'm going to go with that too, because Rita's picture is way better than my picture.
Well, if I was doing it, I would be doing Hawk Run Hollow, because you could run away on the horse.
Yes. Horses. All right. Number 2. Bing Bong sacrifices himself to help Joy get out of the memory dump. Stitch on a piece that has caused you to sacrifice something. Maybe it's a gift, so you're sacrificing time for your own stitching, or maybe a called for supply was out of stock and you had to make a replacement.
It's a gift for my son, so I think this counts as sacrificing.
I don't know if it would count, but can I sacrifice my cross country to try parking on this one?
Yeah. I
think that will work. They usually are very lenient if you just have a good reasoning, and that's a good reasoning.
Mine's a little funny. Y'all ready? I'm sacrificing my sanity to get this thing done. I'm over it. I'm done, but I'm going to push through to try and get a finish. So that's mine.
Nice.
All right. Sadness is the one who makes Riley realize that she doesn't want to run away. When Riley gets home, she tells her family that she misses her old hockey team and friends. Stitch on a piece that relates to something you would miss if you had to leave home.
I would most likely do this one because it's a baby sampler and it reminds me of my sons, and I would of course miss my son if I left home.
Same idea. These little people in the lavender remind me of my children.
I would do Love Friends Home because I would miss my home if I left home. I would miss my friends if I left home. So, although I tend to take you people with me. So we'll go to the home part of it. I would miss home. All right, and the last prompt. At one of Riley's hockey games with her new team in San Francisco, she ends up bumping into a boy, knocking the water out of his hand. When she goes to hand it back, we see all his emotions going crazy over the girl, girl, girl. Work on a piece that has an element that you went crazy over. That is not where I thought that was going to go. Let's just be clear. I was like, we're going to stitch a girl. We're going to stitch, anyway. Okay, Rita.
I would go with Once Upon a Fairy Tale because when I saw this one, I immediately fell in love with this blue dragon. I was like, yes, I need that in my life.
I would go on my Victoria sampler because I like doing the ones with the different stitches in it, the hardanger and the other special stitches. I loved it. It was about stitching.
I'm actually going to go a little different for this one, and I would say Lady of the Flag because I'm not big on stitching people to hang in my house. Like most of the time when I stitch Noras and stuff, I'm stitching them for other people, but this is one I wanted to have for myself, and I just had to have it. And then, you know, at the time it was really super hard to get too. So I was going crazy trying to get my hands on it, and I was super excited when I finally did. Okay, so that's the 4 groups for this week. We will try and make sure and be back next week, hopefully sometime at the beginning of the week so that we can get the monthlies in for October because we are approaching the end of September. We hope y'all all have a great stitching week, and we will see y'all next time.